talk about it. Media 21. We're going to talk a few hot topics, trending topics. Most of all, we're going to talk Diddy because it's being reported that he has enrolled into a program. Diddy enrolled in a program for substances, SA and DV, ahead of sentencing. So we're going to talk about that because that was something a few of us talked about, I want to say about 3 days ago, in regards to, there was an interview that was done, and that was something that they said that they were going to do once he got out. But we were like, well, shouldn't he be having those services while he's in? And shouldn't that already be happening? And shouldn't that be something he's already been enrolled in, since he's been there for what, 7, 8, less than 12 months. He's been there less than 12 months. So that was a question that we had. So that might be the reason why they're mentioning he's in a program, because in an interview someone spilled it like he wasn't in one, and that's something that they would focus on once he got out. Well, he should be in those programs because of everything that's been going on. So allow me a few minutes to get into my system. Let me do my disclaimer, and we're going to get into other hot topics, trending topics, kind of what's going on. A lot going on with the weather, a lot going on in regards to this list. So let me do that. So I thank you guys for being here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel too. Like I mentioned, we're almost at 40K. And I appreciate all that have subscribed. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Thanks for being here, everyone. We're just going to briefly do a video in regards to many people talking about Diddy going into the possibly getting signed up for, a center. If you're just now coming in, it's being reported that Diddy enrolled in a program for substances, SA, DV, ahead of his sentencing. But many of us are surprised that that's something that wasn't spoke about prior to his sentencing. And we literally brought it up. I'm telling you, my page is a little different. We literally brought this up 3 to 4 days ago once we heard an interview that his friend did. It was a great interview, but it was mentioned once he gets out, we're going to look into, doing this and doing that. And we were kind of like, well, shouldn't he already be in some kind of rehab for everything that's been alleged? Is this kind of to help in regards to how people feel about him? This is an interview he did with Charlemagne a while ago, so this is just playing in the background, but he spoke out against what was going on in the world. So, but we're going to get into him getting assistance and help in regards to what he has going on. And is he trying to do that prior to the sentencing? Possibly. You never know.
Enrolled in a program in federal jail called TMZ is reporting that Diddy has been enrolled in a program in federal jail called STOP, and this is an initiative that helps inmates focus on preventing sexual assault, domestic violence, and dating violence. And he's also in this therapy program and participating in a drug abuse program with someone named Dr. Harry K. Wexler. And when I read all of this, I reached out to Diddy's PR person. I was like, can I get some more information on this? How does TMZ always know everything? And she's like, I can't tell you anything about this. This
Good morning.
is medical stuff from inside the jail. Like, his lawyers can't tell you anything. Clearly TMZ has such good sources. They have sources inside of the MDC. This is crazy. I need better sources here, but.
So that's the biggest thing. Wouldn't you think that that would be something that would have been mentioned in the court case? Good morning. I'm doing amazing. Life is good, having a great morning. Got a lot of stuff done already. So it's a great, great morning. Great, relaxing morning. Yesterday was busy. The day before that was busy. So luckily today I really get to relax and put out some general videos. This being one, the Epstein thing, people are kind of questioning. They're really upset about them not releasing. And so, today's relaxing. But yeah, many people were surprised that he wasn't already enrolled. You would think with Diddy going to jail, that would have been almost the first thing they would have tried to enroll him in. But you know what? Maybe not. And why I say that is because of all the civil lawsuits. Civil lawsuits allegedly has to be halted until the trial is over. So he might have been focusing on getting out the bail, the packages, and all that. And then in regards to knowing that his trial was coming up, he might have been more so focusing on that. Real talk. When you think about it, to have to go sit in a class, hear people talk, and then you would not want to say you're guilty of, someone releases that information, and then it almost causes issue in your trial. So maybe they did not want to put him into those programs until after the trial. Now that I'm thinking about it, because any information could have leaked. Oh, he seemed sad. Oh, he didn't seem like he took accountability. Oh, he missed several days. Oh, he just wasn't, being active in the class. Maybe they did do it after. But you would think that that was something that they would have did before. Because some of those programs are 4 weeks, 6 weeks. Yeah. So I don't know, but it's interesting because we literally see my page is something else. We literally just talked about this 3 days ago, why he wasn't enrolled. And now they're saying he's enrolled. So is somebody listening? Hello, if you're listening, welcome to Let's Talk About It Media 21. We literally just talked about this 3 days ago. His friend Lucci did an interview, and he's been doing several interviews, and I can't remember who Lucci did an interview with, but me and my mod, she can attest to that we were both saying, shouldn't he already be enrolled? Why are you focusing on getting him enrolled once he gets out? Isn't that something he should be enrolled in now? So let's listen to that again. But TMZ got the information.
TMZ is reporting that Diddy has been enrolled in a program in federal jail called Stop, and this is an initiative.
And is this to make it look good in front of the judge?
That helps inmates focus on preventing sexual assault, domestic violence, and dating violence. And he's also in this therapy program and participating in a drug abuse program with someone named Dr. Harry K. Wexler.
Allegedly.
And when I read all of this, I reached out to Diddy's PR person. I was like, can I get some more information on this? How does TMZ always know everything? And she's like, I can't tell you anything about this. This is medical stuff from inside the jail. Like, his lawyers can't tell you anything. Clearly TMZ has such good sources. They have sources inside of the MDC. This is crazy. I need better sources here. But this is what Diddy's up to.
Which is good, because we're going to see. We're going to see if that's something he's already been in. Now, let's take a step back. Some people had said that that's something he would have been enrolled in when he got there. But who's to say? Who's to say? Some people are reporting it different. I'm telling you. Some people are saying that's something they would have enrolled him in from the beginning. So we're going to listen to what the Breakfast Club had to say. It's probably, let's see, La Rosa.
That right now, and they say that they haven't confirmed these reports, but from what they are hearing, Diddy has entered into 2 treatment programs, or has.
All comments are alleged. Like the video, you guys, please. We literally have 1 like and 94 people. The like should match the views. All it takes is a double tapping of the screen. If you're watching from a phone or a tablet, please press 1. Please double tap the screen to hit the like. Thank you. And support the channel by hitting the like. Thank you. So we're talking about, if you're just not coming in, it's basically being reported that Diddy has enrolled into a program in regards to substances abuse, SA allegedly, and DV allegedly, ahead of his sentencing. So let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Enrolled into 2 treatment programs.
Thank you.
One for domestic violence and one for the drug stuff. And he would do these programs separately while behind bars. They say that this is a common program offered to all inmates. And that the reason why this matters is because, number one, it's obvious that he needs help in these areas. But number two, with his sentencing coming up on October 3rd, rehabilitation, the attempt to rehabilitate or actually being able to show that you were rehabilitated to a judge looks really good. Even though he wasn't convicted of anything directly drug related or domestic violence.
Now, were y'all surprised that he wasn't charged for any of that? What was inside the alleged home? What was inside the alleged hotel when he got arrested? How is it that the jury did not? You know what I mean? Anybody else, if you're spotted with that in your car, you're spotted with that in your home. You know what I mean? So let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
It still looks good. Everything's all about optics. Another conversation that TMZ is having following this report.
What are you saying? What happened to the... Okay, so people are talking about that. I can't confirm or deny if that girl was adopted, not adopted, or if she just went MIA and just did not want to speak. Okay, I just saw a video. There's videos of the twins and the little girl. And then allegedly there's a video of the twins and the girl in a car. But I don't know how long ago that video was, because it looked like the video could have been last year. And maybe the twins was showing, see, she's okay. Because remember, there's different allegations. I can't confirm or deny what's happening in regards to the girl that was friends with the twins. But I literally just this morning, I kid you not, I see stuff that I don't even think I'm going to see. I saw a video of the girls with a girl that looked like Ava. So everyone's saying she's fine. And allegedly, girls were trying to act like they were Ava on TikTok. So allegedly, the girl's fine. Maybe she just didn't want the media attention, clicks, and views. And maybe, R.I.P. to Kim Porter, maybe they were closer together when Kim Porter was here. But then, of course, if the girls were missing their mom, they were probably spending time with the family missing Kim. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes your friendships shift, your relationships shift, and you're more so focusing on being around your siblings, because when you lose a parent, it's difficult. And maybe the young girl, if she's similar ages as the girl, if the girls just graduated, the young girl might have been a little bit younger than the twins, because the twins are taller than her. But the biggest thing is friendship shift. But I'm kid you not, I saw a video of the twins with a girl that was in the car that looked like her. So I can't confirm or deny she was ever missing. I can't confirm or deny if they're still close. The video did not look like it was AI. The video looked like the twins. And people had said, I think the title was like, the twins making sure everybody knows she's not missing. That's what the title said. And I had to go somewhere or I would have posted it. But a lot of times I try not to post too much stuff about children. But if there's a topic or something that's going on, sometimes I will. But yeah, the twins looked like they were having fun, going somewhere. That someone that looked like Ava, and it looked like the video was possibly, it was just a resurfaced video. It wasn't the age that she was at when he was like, this is my adopted daughter. That was not the age. This young girl was a little bit older along with the twins. Yep. Because they were riding a vehicle talking about going somewhere. So they weren't, it wasn't around what was going on with the world. Does that make sense? Because remember, whatever was going on with the world, she looked a little bit younger. She looks older right now in that video of her riding along. Somebody was driving them somewhere. And she was like, look, you know, here we are. This is, we're hanging out with da-da-da-da. And, you know, so I think she's, you know, the girls might have been focusing on themselves because of R.I.P. to Kim Porter. And the young girl might have been focusing on maybe sad for them because they did lose their mom. So many people have spoke about it, but many people were like, well, why would she not speak up if people thought she was missing? Does that make sense? So I can't confirm or deny she was ever missing. I can't confirm or deny if she's now posting up on TikTok. But it looks like her, and it allegedly gives the name. So there's allegedly, because see, people are kind of confused. There is a young girl that was missing that looks like Ava, and her name was Ava too. But then there's the last names are different, but they look very similar. So there's two different Avas. One allegedly that may still be missing, and then there's another Ava that's resurfaced with the girls in a resurfaced video. And I can't confirm or deny how old the video is, but it looks like it could have been within the last 2 years, 3 years. Yep. Yeah, so just to give you guys an update. And I wouldn't be able to tell you guys that if I didn't see the video this morning, but I saw them riding in a vehicle and they look cute. And that might be something you guys can pull up. The twins riding in a car of someone that looked like Ava. You might be able to pull it up. Yeah. But it's interesting stuff I see, So let's continue with the Breakfast Club, what they have to say about him in these classes. Please subscribe, you guys. We're literally 100 away from 40K. Please subscribe so we can hit the 40K, you guys. Thank you. And thank you for all that have already subscribed. So let's continue. Please hit the like button. The likes should match the views. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
Is the fact that from what they are hearing from their same source, prosecutors are having a hard time providing previous cases where the John in a Mann Act situation is prosecuted and then sent to jail for the Mann Act conviction. Now, per their source, it's typically not the Johns that are prosecuted under the Mann Act. So because of this, the defense is going to argue that this is a selective prosecution. They've already kind of been yelling that by saying that Diddy was targeted by the government allegedly. And they'll try and argue that y'all are just throwing the book at him.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Because usually in this case, the John does not get more time than the prostitute and the pimp. But in this situation, the John, the prostitute was got immunity. Pretty much the pimp got immunity, which is the service, and now
got immunity. All right, this feels almost illegal.
Like the video. So people are kind of upset in regards to the jury decision. People feel like it should have been okay. People feel like in regards to the case moving forward, in regards to the trial, they shouldn't have been so focused so much on Cassie Diddy. Many people feel that that was the biggest mistake. Okay, let's address Cassie Diddy, but let's focus more on these charges and the text messages. And it was some of the stuff was repetitive. So if you're going to do repetitive, focus on if anybody has the substances he allegedly had, that would have been an issue. Right? And then some of these people got immunity, and many people were talked about in the trial, but did not have to take the stand. Some of these Johns are speaking out, service people are speaking out against Cassie and Diddy and what they experienced. And some of the people were going in on Cassie, on Diddy, and what they experienced. So they might not have wanted certain people to hit the stand because they would have made Cassie look a certain way. Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
So he was the only one that got charged, which seems crazy because he has the sex problem,
and he was the only one that was on trial. And many people said that, how can you be on trial by yourself if you're a corporation? Let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
He was still able to get the stuff.
Well, yes. If when you get to the sentencing on October 3rd, and there will be a pre-sentencing report that will be submitted on August 29th that the prosecutors and the defense can weigh in on.
Am I defending who? No way. No how. The case was a mess. The case was so messy that he shouldn't have been on trial by himself. The case was so messy, a lot of those workers should have been called. The case was so messy, KK should have been called. The case was so messy. You must be new. The case was so messy. What Cassie went through was horrible. The case was so messy. What the employees went through was horrible. I would not want a boss to ask me to take a substance to show my loyalty. You must be new. Oh, I'm not here for what he's done, what he said, how he treated these women. These women should have got away and ran. First problem. First putting hands on. First, once that video, we saw what was going on in regards to that video, she never should have been around that dude again. And this is the other thing. Real talk. That was kind of Cassie's week and moment because Cassie had a premiere that week. And here he is doing what he was doing, and she almost didn't want to get out of bed to go to her premiere. That was her moment to celebrate this movie she had with Terrence. What is it? Who is it? Terrence. It was Terrence. I can't think of the movie, but that was Cassie's moment to be celebrated. And instead of her having her great moment, she was being, we saw what happened in regards to the elevator incident. But a woman sometimes has to realize when one situation happened, it might be worse the next time. Literally, a friend of mine, we were talking about that last week in regards to sometimes women don't know how to get out, but you got to realize what's been said. Sometimes she was put in hotels to heal. You got me all the way messed up. I'm not going to be healing in a room. I'm going to be healing in a hospital. I'm going to be healing in a hospital with the police right next to me as you write the report. What? I know friends that's had situationships. But this court case, he never should have been on trial by himself. It shouldn't have been 40 to 50% about Cassie and Diddy. It should have been about everybody. The driver, his assistants, the chef, the bodyguards. So many more people should have taken the stand. Real talk. You can't have stuff be so repetitive. Most of those people should have been on stand maybe for 1 or 2 days. Nobody really should have been on that stand more than 3 days. And then, real talk. Real talk. The other situation is, I almost lost my train of thought. Yeah, real talk. The case was interesting because if you're going to speak about certain people, those people should hit the stand. And he dated more people other than Cassie. And then some of those women have done interviews of what they did to him. I mean, what he did to them. So one of the young ladies allegedly that was supposed to take the stand, she goes MIA. No, they should have forced her on that stand. And then all of a sudden, don't get me going. Then all of a sudden, the girl that did the interview with Tasha went MIA. And then she resurfaces after the jury starts to deliberate. That was plot planned. This whole case was messy as heck. Messy. And normal everyday people saw that the case was messy. If they have such a success rate, why were they so messy in regards to witnesses? If you are to be called, you have to be found. You need to come in. You need to take the stand. You did an interview about this dude. What? Defending? No, not defending over here. And then this is the biggest thing. When certain employees found out what they had to do, you're not going to have me cleaning up your escapades. I'm not doing that. I'm not cleaning up your escapades, your sloppy seconds, your stuff, your juices. Who wants to do that? So when they came in, you're going to be the assistant. I'm wondering what the assistants were told. You're going to have to make sure his pajamas are out. You're going to have to make sure he has breakfast. You're going to have to make sure the driver is ready. You're going to have to make sure different outfits are available with different stylists. What were they told to get that job? And then to find out, they were probably so happy when he was gone with his girls. But he dated more people outside of Cassie. That was their biggest mistake. They allegedly lined up a lot of people to testify. But some of the people that we're hearing that's speaking out in different interviews, they were extremely angry about what they experienced, what transpired, and it was repetitive. This is the other thing. His side, great attorneys, you got to realize, what is his name? Brian Steele? This is his second RICO case that he won this year. Brian Steele is no joke in the courtroom. That's why Diddy had so many lawyers. He knew he needed it. Without the lawyers that he had, it would not have been this. Diddy knew to hire all those lawyers, and it comes with an expense. It's very expensive to hire that many lawyers. And then this is the other thing. We're told that in the court case, whenever the judge would ask for past court case, there was a person that was younger just pulling up court cases, pulling up different stuff that the judge needed. The judge didn't have to go into his chambers to look it up. Oh, you want to know about this court case? This is what happened. Oh, you want to know about this? Oh, this happened. Diddy's lawyers, I'm sure they were probably so stressed out, and I'm sure they are so happy that they get a break. The judge, many people say he tried to be fair. Many people say he tried to be fair. But this is the other thing that many people are talking about. The objections were they were saying out of control. The sidebars were literally out of control. And then you got to remember when they mentioned Cassie's men, who Cassie liked, who Cassie tried to date. They mentioned Michael B. Jordan. They mentioned Kid Cudi. They mentioned almost everybody she tried to get away from him with. But then they wanted to keep it private of who Jane Doe went to go see. Remember? They kept certain celebrities' names private. Why is that? Why would you want to keep their information private about who Jane Doe went to go hang out with, similar to Diddy? You're keeping that celebrity private. Why? Defending him? Wrong page. Oh, you guys, there's about 235 in the building. We're trying to hit 40K. If all 239 subscribe, we will hit 40K. Please subscribe. All 239. Please subscribe. So, many people called out that a lot of people did not take that stand. You're going to talk about people, but they're not on the stand. Why? Why aren't some of those people on the stand? KK, no. Go back. Look at my video where it talks about the allegations, right? Remember how Clayton Howard spoke up about Cassie? And they named him anonymous in the court case. He said his name, so I can say it. Clayton Howard was named allegedly in the court case, and he was talked about in the trial. They called him Dave. Many people were silenced until the trial. They couldn't speak until after the trial. Because if this is what people don't know, if your name was on the list that you could be a witness, you couldn't speak. Allegedly, you couldn't speak. You couldn't do interviews. So that's why we have a lot of people speaking up after the trial. But we can't confirm or deny what Dave said about Cassie was true. But he was in it for 7 to 8 years. And then we talked about that too. Dave was upset because sometimes they would use protection, sometimes they wouldn't. But if you're dating someone, you should always use protection. Then Diddy allegedly, we can't confirm or deny, Diddy allegedly questioned him about wanting to use protection after, okay, Clayton Howard showed his test results, right? So say he showed his test results Monday, and he slept with Cassie Monday. But then say, for instance, Cassie slept with somebody Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then she slept with Mr. Howard on Thursday or Friday. Well, your test results that were clean Monday may not now be clean because she slept with other people that she might not have had protection with. So you got to be really careful in regards to someone showing you the results. You don't know what they're going to do for that week. Cassie and Diddy was in a whole relationship. But Diddy allegedly had other people outside of Cassie, just like he's dated other people outside of Cassie. He's been attached to how many women? Let's count it. After Cassie, he dated who? He dated who? Let's type it in the comments. After Cassie, he dated who? So, some of those women did not even have to take the stand. He's been attached to other people outside of Cassie, and some of those women didn't take the stand. Some of those women didn't take the stand. So this trial was a whole hot mess. The civil lawsuits, what we heard allegedly in regards to the civil lawsuits, really didn't seem like what we heard in the court case. Why is that? Many people are saying what we heard allegedly in the civil lawsuits. Why didn't we hear a lot of that in regards to his trial? So many people are not happy. Many people are not happy of how this court case was handled. And I get it. I get it. Every day people were questioning why certain people didn't take the stand, why certain people didn't have to take the stand. Many people question it, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. So this is what I want. So I hope you guys are subscribing. We're almost at 40K. If all 191 subscribe, we will hit 40K. So does that answer your question? This court case was a mess. The court case was a mess. They said Cassie tried to do a great job being open and honest about the messages, how she felt, still had love for him, but it was a relationship that continued year after year after year. Those assistants went back time after time after time. Some of those assistants wanted their jobs back. It was how it was portrayed in regards to wanting. And now, when we think about the court case, there was one person that a lot of us can remember that said, once he saw what he did to Cassie, he couldn't go back. One person that was mentioned in this trial said once he saw what happened to Cassie, he could not go back. Only one? And then, allegedly, you got to think about it. He's still paying Jane Doe. He was still paying, when Jane Doe hit the stand, he was still allegedly paying Jane Doe's rent. And allegedly, her lawyer fees. So you're telling on, and allegedly, they might have still been seeing each other when he got arrested. So allegedly, his room was set up for an FO. Hello, there's about 215 in the building. I still need about 200 people to please hit the subscribe button, and thank you. There's about 215 in the building. I need about 200 people to please subscribe, and thank you. We're literally almost at 40K, you guys. We're literally almost at 40K. I was supposed to hit it last week, but I had so much to do last week. Is someone trying to say somebody's on dope? I don't know if that's, I'm trying to, I don't know. I'm going to ignore it for now, but here nor there. Let's continue with what the Breakfast Club has to say about him and going to rehab. And like I mentioned, TMZ had reported it, but many people are so surprised that he should have already been in some type of rehab program, but he might have been focusing on his case. But that, who's to say that he couldn't do those courses an hour a day and then you focus on your case? So let's continue. Fair use reaction clip.
If they are unable to provide these cases, that's something that his team obviously is going to lean in on, because they're trying to figure out the timing. And when October 3rd hits, he'll be at about like a year of time served, because he's arrested back in like September, I believe it was September. And the reason why that's important is because prosecutors are saying, okay, we think that he should be getting anywhere from 51 to 63 months, which is 4 to 5 years. Defense is arguing 21 to 27 months, so that's a little bit over 2 years. But a lot of reports that I've been seeing are predicting that it'll be less than 2 years with the time served. It'll be less than 2 years, and that he could potentially be predicting, what they're predicting is he could be coming home by Thanksgiving or Christmas. If everything goes the way that the prosecution is trying to line this up.
I don't think I've ever heard of somebody.
If everything goes away.
I'm sorry, the way that the defense is trying to line this up. Yes,
you want them to get the maximum.
Yeah, and the maximum carries up to 20 years. It's 10 years per count, but I don't think that there's anybody that believes that that's going to happen, though.
Yeah, I think they've been trying to find somebody. I don't think we've ever heard of somebody.
Oh, you guys, I needed to scroll up. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I missed some of y'all comments, so I apologize. I was on a roll. And you got to remember, they talked about concerns within her mouth. You know, she had sores or whatever. Yeah, but this whole case, women, teach your daughters different. You got to be careful who you date. You got to be careful who you have children by. You got to be careful who you hook up with. Because now, allegedly, there are people Thank you so much that you love my videos. There are people that Mr. Clayton Howard allegedly is suing Cassie. Will some of the other workers try and sue Cassie? And then this is the biggest thing, you guys. You got to realize Clayton Howard allegedly mentioned a few times he was in a relationship. So how do we not know if he was in a relationship if the person he was dating caught something? You got to use protection. I don't know if they're trying to say Clayton was thinking he was the only one. He thought it was Cassie, Diddy, and him. But dude, why would you think that? You know what I mean? Fair use reaction clip. And he had to travel sometimes. Fair use reaction clip.
First time purchasing a prostitute and getting 10 years. I don't think that's ever been on any books for a first-time offender to pay for a prostitute and get 10 years. That seems like it's trying to throw the book at Diddy.
All I hear is trouble is easy to get into and hard to get out of. And Diddy has spent a whole bunch of money because he got a habit of prostitutes and drugs. Once again, change your damn habits, people. Okay?
Crazy.
All right, we can sit here and make up all the excuses we want and, come up with all the scenarios we want. He would not be in this situation if it wasn't for his own poor choice.
It's true. It's absolutely positively wrong. He was guilty, but even though he made the wrong choices, he should not be getting 10 years for those wrong choices. Like, it has to be a fair judicial system.
So that's the question, you guys. What do you think the judge will give him? Do you think it'll be 10 years for each count? Do you think it'll be time served? Let me know in the comments. Or do you think he'll get less than 5? Or do you think he'll get less than 2? Let me know in the comments. Do you think it'll be 10 years for each count, so 20? Or do you think it'll be less than 5? Or do you think it'll be time served? Or do you think it'll be 2 years? Many people feel different ways. And this is the other thing you got to realize, too. The judge is asking for previous cases similar to Diddy. So he's wanting to make the right decision. And he's looking for case study to make the right decision. And he's asking the lawyers to give him case study, but no debates about it. However you want to say it. He don't want them debating it. Just give me case study. So do you think that the judge is doing what he's doing because he's such a younger judge? Do you think if they would have got an older judge, it wouldn't have been this? An older, more experienced judge, do you think it would have been this way, this direction, if the jury would have made that decision as well? Most older judges are either no nonsense or they're older and they just don't care. 2 years, 48 months. So no one really thinks it's going to be 10 and 10. You think the judge is going to be fair? Or combine the two and make it 10? But since certain charges were what they were and they didn't get him on other hard stuff, the judge seemed like he tried to be fair. Time served. And then you guys see that there's so many distractions too, right? There's many distractions going on. Prayers for people that are dealing with weather concern. Be careful, be safe, protect your family, make sure you're on higher ground. There's a lot of things that's going on with the weather. Remember, there was a lot of trials that was going on around the same time as Diddy. It was Diddy's. Wasn't it Weinstein? Wasn't it Karen Reed? Kim's situation, why hers take 6 years? Why did she? I don't understand why Kim's took so long. We had the Bezos wedding, and now we have the Epstein list or no list. A list available, no list available. Yeah, there was a lot of that went on in regards to the inside courtroom, outside the courtroom, outside the building of the courthouse. There was a lot that went on. And then some people are trying to play victim. Like, what? I don't know. A lot going on. 48 months. Time served. Yeah, many people are wondering if this judge is going to be fair. But do you also wonder if the judge is listening to people that's speaking up in these interviews? Do you think he's paying attention to what Clayton Howard is saying? Do you think he's paying attention to what the chef is saying? Do you think he's paying attention to what Cassie said? Interesting. A lot going on. Oh, wow. Wow, Frank. You think they're going to do what's fair? It's all interesting. And then if you guys don't know, his daughters came out with a line. And we're going to generally talk about that. The daughters is coming out with a clothing line. And I won't name the name because there's others that's out there. I'll be general. So kudos to the daughters for trying to come up with a line. But in regards to those numbers, I'll be general. You can look it up. In regards to those numbers, there's other companies that have the same numbers. But allegedly, there's a young girl that had that line about a year ago. And it's sad that some people are trying to say that Diddy's trying to hide money under his daughters. No. Diddy's focused on what his sentence is going to be. Diddy's focused on his money. He wouldn't do that to his daughters. You know what I mean? That's the one thing. Prayers go out to his children because I cannot imagine what his kids are going through. The daughters now have to make a life for themselves. But now the daughters are dealing with the situation in regards to their name. There was a young girl that came up with that clothing line a year ago. But there's others that have those same numbers outside of the daughters, outside of the girl a year ago. There's other people that have those numbers. So there's that. But well wishes to the daughters. You know, we try and be fair about the children. I hope people are subscribing. I'm keeping an eye on the subscribers. If you already subscribed, thank you. Please hit the like, you guys. The like should match the views. Some people don't know. If you double tap the screen, yeah, I try and leave the kids out of it. But the daughters, like I already did a congratulations about the clothing line. But yeah, the daughters are trying to, create their own path. And now the daughters have to deal with, there's a young girl that came out with a business similar to the business that they're just promoting about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so, yeah. It's just information. Yeah, and think about it. Quincy's done an amazing job trying to hold it down. We rarely hear anything negative about Quincy. You know what I mean? So he's like one of the oldest brothers. And, with the kids not having Kim, Quincy has stepped in as a big brother in a big way. We really don't hear any problematic issues with the daughters. You know what I mean? So Quincy has had a big role. Quincy has had a big role. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate that. Yeah, you guys, we're trying to hit 40K. So if you can subscribe, then thank you. Let's listen to a little bit more of what the Breakfast Club had to say.
To be. Yeah, black people have been saying that since the beginning of time.
I was literally about to say, well, we should be screaming at the hilltop.
It's facts.
I love when y'all sit up here and talk about how things are supposed to be, but don't want to talk about how things are.
No, you're right. But 10 years for hiring a prostitute is crazy.
Dot.
When the prostitute and the escort service, nothing, and the other people that hired the prostitute gets nothing.
But also, how many times just in your household, your mom and dad have talked to you about like the government making examples out of people, right? A lot of us
out of people, niggas.
Out of us. That we all
dot.
Don't call us that because I'm not a nigga.
Oh,
so go ahead. You want
with an A? Yeah, with an A, but he say ER.
Anyway, gotta watch that word. But yeah, many people feel a way about him. If you're just not coming in, I'm gonna replay. Hold on one second. Many people are coming in, and we're talking about Diddy is currently getting rehab services for hold on, I'll look it up.
Diddy update. TMZ is reporting that Diddy has been enrolled in a program in federal jail called STOP, and this is an initiative that helps inmates focus on preventing sexual assault, domestic violence, and dating violence. And he's also in this therapy program and participating in a drug abuse program with someone named Dr. Harry K. Wexler. And when I read all of this, I reached out to Diddy's PR person. I mean, I was like, can I get some more information on this? How does TMZ always know everything? And she's like, I can't tell you anything about this. This is medical stuff from inside the jail. Like, his lawyers can't tell you anything. I mean, clearly TMZ has such good sources. They have sources inside of the MDC. I mean, this is crazy. I need better sources here. But this is what Diddy's up to. Diddy update.
So are you guys surprised?
TMZ is reporting that Diddy has been...
Are you guys surprised that he's in a program? Are you surprised that he didn't get into a program?
They tried to silence us.
Are you guys surprised that
with fear and with shame?
Are you guys surprised that he didn't get into a program prior to this? Let's switch gears for 1 second. How do you guys feel about Klay Thompson dating Megan Thee Stallion? What do y'all think about that? How do y'all feel about Klay Thompson dating Megan Thee Stallion? Remember, Klay was real cool with Steph Curry. Steph Curry is an amazing basketball player. I just did a short this morning. Steph Curry looked like he was playing golf somewhere, and there was like a basketball rim close, and he was walking to play golf. Somebody gave him a ball, he shot that mug. Steph Curry threes are sick. Sick. Steph Curry threes are sick. But how do you guys feel about Klay dating Megan Thee Stallion? Let me see if I want to do some hot topics, trending topics. Kylie and Kendall called out for not attending the brothers' wedding, but of course they attended Jeff Bezos' wedding. If you did not know, Aubrey O'Day did an interview. I want to say, I don't know if it was this week or last week. Aubrey O'Day dropped a lot of gems 2 weeks ago. T.I. and Tiny got lawsuit stuff going on, and the judge has decided to give them a lesser amount. That's interesting. Recently, T.I. and Tiny, T.I. was celebrating Tiny's birthday. A young lady was singing happy birthday to Tiny, and people were talking, and T.I. was like, be quiet. Do y'all not see that she's trying to sing happy birthday to my girl? And he called her the old lady. But yeah, so Tiny and T.I., they're celebrating her birthday. And then, like I said, the OMG thing, they were awarded a certain amount, but then now the amount's changed. That's what's going on regarding that. Let me see if there's any other hot topics, trending topics. Many people called out Kris Jenner, Oprah, and Gayle took a picture together. They had said that Kris is trying to get into more rooms so the girls can get into more rooms. Many people were surprised, and they were like calling out Gayle and Oprah for being in a picture with Kris. Yeah, they were calling out Gayle and Oprah for being in a picture with Kris. Role models, yes or no? I did post that. Do you think Gayle is a role model? Do you think Oprah is a role model? And do you think Kris is a role model? If you guys just did not know, I did a short in regards to TD Jakes is speaking out. Let me go back. TD Jakes is speaking out in regards to the AI post regarding him. And he's basically saying that there was many posts about him that was false. So TD Jakes is speaking out. Go ahead on Neighborhood Talk. TD Jakes speaks out about the false rumors. If you guys did not know, last month TD Jakes and Oprah was on doing some kind of podcast, and he did an interview with Oprah, and they brought up Diddy. And he said many people were trying to entangle him in regards to Diddy. He said he went to the event and he only stayed for 30 minutes and he was with his team. Nothing else other than that happened. TD Jakes does not like how people grouped him in to what was going on with Diddy. Yeah. Many people have talked about his family situation. You know what I mean? Yeah, many people talked about TD Jakes' family situation. And if I'm not mistaken, TD Jakes has stepped down. So he just did not like that people were trying to group him in just because he stopped by he said 30 minutes to say happy birthday and he left. Yeah. So if you did not check the interview, it's about 3 minutes long. TD Jakes is doing an interview and they're talking about the fake AI accounts that talked about him, and he didn't like how they talked about him, and then he talked about the good that he's doing in the neighborhood. Yeah. And if you're not clear on what's TD Jakes. TD Jakes allegedly did step down, and his daughter took over, her and her husband. But yeah, if you go on over there, if you don't want to go to Neighborhood Talk, I did do a short on it. I did 2 different videos, but I did do a video on TD Jakes speaking out about AI, TD Jakes speaking out about what him and Oprah felt, and TD Jakes speaking out generally that he didn't like how people were trying to connect him and the diddler. So there's a picture of TD Jakes interview, and Diddy's underneath there. So go to Neighborhood Talk. I don't know if I saw it on the Shade Room. So there's that. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. What did y'all say? Surprise, Clay? Ooh. So you're surprised that Clay fell for that? Many people are. And they're saying that Clay, just maybe some of these celebrities don't know what's being alleged about different celebrities. You know what I mean? We talked about Meg, Kelsey, Tory. We talked about Meg and the different lawsuits. Meg right now allegedly is in a different lawsuit in regards to an assistant. So is she utilizing Clay to change the narrative? Is she helping in regards to what's being talked about with her company she signed to? I'm going to be general today, but y'all know who she signed to. So, and Clay is so non-problematic. So many people are like, Clay, what you got going on? Do you not know what's being alleged? And like I said, it's alleged. Now, it's being reported that Kylie and Kendall declined the invite to their brother's wedding, but they attended Jeff Bezos' wedding. Kylie and Kendall declined the invitation to their own brother's wedding, but they attended Jeff Bezos' wedding, a man they don't know. So did they attend Jeff Bezos' wedding for the media attention, clicks, and views? And since the brother is not as famous or well known, they just did not feel that they'd get any media press, but they're getting press even talking about after the wedding. You know what I mean? Brody seems like a non-problematic brother. He was more famous than them in the beginning. So, did the Kardashians not attend their brother's wedding because there wasn't going to be a lot of media press? Or did their mom not want them to attend Brody's wedding? It's just interesting. Interesting. But they attended Jeff Bezos' wedding. Okay, so in the news, they're talking about Kanye West can't keep up pace with Kim Kardashian financially. And allegedly it's driving him crazy. I don't know if that's true, because if Kanye is allegedly paying $200K per month in regards to child support, he's helping with the expenses of what Kim is spending. How do y'all feel about how the K's and the J's are raising their children and how the Carters are raising their children? It's up to them how you raise your children, but be careful who you have kids by. Kim and Kanye are something else. Real talk. Many people are calling out the Kardashians for being obsessed with media. Many people are calling out the Kardashians for being obsessed with media, and they're trying to drag the children into that same narrative. If Kanye's paying $200K per month in child support, he's a part of what they're doing. Period. And it's sad, Kanye 15 to 20 years ago and Kanye now, if you guys did not know, allegedly Kanye has his own lawsuit stuff going on. Okay, is there anything else I want to talk about? Shaquille O'Neal called out a guy that's trying to call out Angela Reese. I did a short regarding that this morning as well. Yep, so it's the same. Sean Combs signed up for a prison self-help therapy program as he awaits sentencing. Okay. All right. So I'm just flipping through just to see if there's anything else. Were you guys surprised that he was found now guilty in certain things and guilty in other things? And do you think that the judge was happy in regards to what the decision was from the jury? And were the jury instructions too hard to understand? It's being reported that Kanye West is allegedly officially banned from Australia. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, we're just doing hot topics, trending topics. You're just not coming in. Where do you talk Diddy earlier? I kind of like to update people if, you know, I try and change what's going on. Who was that? No. So congratulations to Brody Jenner for getting married. Many people are saying the K's and the J's want to attend what they can get media attention from. Okay. Okay. I hope you guys have subscribed. We're trying to hit 40K, like I mentioned. We're just right now doing hot topics, trending topics. That way I don't have to do a separate video. So we'll keep up on the trial. If you did not subscribe, please subscribe. If all 100 subscribe, we will hit 40K. If all 105 subscribe, we will hit 40K. So please subscribe and thank you. Please continue to hit the like button and thank you. So there's that. Diddy is currently trying to get rehab, and we talked other topics in regards to TD Jakes speaking up. I'm surprised he's still speaking up because he already spoke up on Oprah in that interview. Why is he speaking up now? I think it's because, if you guys did not hear, it's being reported that YouTube may be getting rid of, well, no, YouTube may not be paying those AI accounts. Those YouTube AI accounts may not be getting monetized anymore. So it seems as if Bishop TD Jakes went after those AI accounts. He literally named the YouTube account that was giving out a lot of false information about him. So it's being reported that YouTube may not be paying the AI accounts and monetizing them like they were before. I kind of did a short regarding that. And there was two different sources that I got that from in regards to YouTube not monetizing the AI accounts like they used to. Because some of them, they do be putting out false narratives. And they be saying people are no longer with us and they just did a live earlier that day. So we got to be careful with the AI accounts, real talk. So, yep. So there's that. Okay, you guys, I literally have some stuff I got to take care of. I thank you all for being here. I thank you for supporting the show. We talked to Diddy, just a general update. Now that things have calmed down, a lot of people aren't talking about Diddy as much. They're talking about other stuff. There's a lot going on. The girl in the McDonald's situation is so concerning. People are showing her videos in regards to her in the red hair, her saying that she was sent home, and then she's shouting at somebody. And then in regards to the young boy getting kidnapped, that was a concern. In regards to how the dad ran one way, the child ran another way, and the child, whether he has yet been released to the family or if he's still in protective custody, there's a lot going on. In regards to the weather, in regards to the list, in regards to how people feel about the list not being released. Whew, a lot going on. But I hope I update y'all on pretty much a lot of stuff. But yeah. So, copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged in our opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Let me see what you guys are saying. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, you guys, we're almost at 40K. 10 months ago, we had 3,000 to 4,000 subscribers. 10 months ago, we had 3,000 to 4,000 subscribers, and we've already hit almost 40K. My page get almost 1 million views per month. So we get a lot of views per month. Yeah. We get a lot of views per month. Yep, we get a lot of views per month. So I thank you all for subscribing. Most mornings I go live. Sometimes it depends. 10, 11. Sometimes if I have to do a live in the afternoon, it's because I have business to take care of. So that may be a 1 or 2 o'clock time. But yeah, make sure you subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. Everyone, enjoy your day. What's the weather like where you're at as well? Has it cooled off where you're at, or is it still extremely hot? What's the weather like where you're at? Has it cooled off or is it still extremely hot? Just curious. And are any of you dealing with storms or floods? 70s, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. So are you guys in a cool off? If it's 70, that's a cool off? Yeah, just curious. I'm just curious. It's been hot in the D. Love the D. What up, doe? Well, hey. The D. What up, doe? Love the D. Mm-hmm. You're going fishing? That'll be fun. Mm-hmm. What's going on in Detroit? Anything major outside of the girl in the McDonald's thing? Illinois? Still humid. Yeah. Pause. What's pause mean? What else is going on, you guys, in your cities? Anything interesting? The Detroit story regarding the McDonald's thing, I think that was East Point. Right? I think that was East Point. Yeah, I like the D too. I like the colors. Hopefully the Lions can pull it off. Man, they were so close. What was it, 2 years ago? They were so close 2 years ago. I have family all over, so yeah, I like the D. Great restaurants too. Yeah, that was big news. And it's kind of sad. The manager was a mom. So if she had concerns, they probably should have let her go a while ago if she had mental concerns. Because as you look at the video when she's saying that they sent her home, and then you're looking at other videos, I'm wondering if managers should kind of look at people's videos to see if they have a tick, you know? Yeah, some of the videos that we're seeing about her and that McDonald's situation are concerning. Because she's literally yelling at somebody to leave her alone. But no one should ever have to be worried about somebody taking them out at work. You know, her poor family. You're an employee, a manager at McDonald's, and somebody that's not well takes you out. That's sad. Like the video. Yeah, that's really sad. Anybody else? What is your weather like? Is it calm, humid, really hot? Yeah, some managers are not that great of people. They're rude, they're disrespectful. I remember hearing one lady that covered the Diddy trial. She was a really great reporter too. She said her boss used to carry a bat around if they didn't meet sales quotas. I wouldn't have been able to say one day, you got a bat in my face and you put a bat on my desk, and if I don't meet certain quotas, he would make alleged threats and say stuff. I couldn't do it. Certain places, if I'm respectful, I come in on time, you got to respect me. I can't deal with weird bosses. Even with what some of the employees went through with Diddy, I would not be taking a substance for you to prove my loyalty. No way. I would not be cleaning up your sloppy seconds. I don't care how much you're paying. I'm not cleaning that mess up. And then you have to clean the hotels up in a way he doesn't get charged, or you have to clean the hotel up so paparazzi don't get pictures. I couldn't do it. That's disgusting. That's like working in a disgusting type of job. Sorry. They said they got paid a decent amount, but yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Interesting. Okay, you guys. If there's other Diddy stuff that comes up, might just be every other day. Just got to keep you guys updated. A lot of great YouTubers, bloggers did an amazing job getting on to different newscasts. A lot of great people did a lot in regards to different interviews talking about the trial. So go on over to other pages, support them, subscribe to them, let them know what a great job they did in covering the Diddy trial. Man, once the Diddy trial was over that Wednesday, Thursday, I chilled. I went shopping. I was smiling. People were like, why are you smiling? I was like, the Diddy trial is over. I am done with covering that stuff daily. I was happy. People are like, yeah, you're smiling big. I said, yeah, that trial is pretty much over. He just has to be sentenced, and I am not on his side. But yeah, I was like, Am I surprised that men still support? This is the big thing that I'll say. If that was Cassie, in regards to Cassie, if that was somebody's daughter, and it is, how would you feel if your mom was dating him, if your aunt was dating him, if your niece was dating him? I'm surprised that men are acting like what he did, and some of them will say what he did is deplorable, but in regards to the scope of the relationships and the employees, a lot of it is a concern. It is. But the jury made a decision. Jury made a decision. Yep. Okay, you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys have subscribed. There's still 95 people in the building. I hope all 95 of you have subscribed. Some of you have maybe already subscribed. This is dying. Okay, I got to get going. I appreciate you guys. Focus on healthy, safe relationships. Be around people that's loving, kind, and respectful. Goodbye. Be blessed.